How's it going, everyone? Mask here, back with some Black Desert Mobile. Today we're looking at Muskan level 99, but it comes at a bad time with some kind of bad news, because as of yesterday, the patch with the new patch that was released with Dark Knight, Pearl Abyss has ruined boss pushing, and it's really unfortunate because this was one of my absolute favorite parts of this game. Hands down. I pushed Muskan all the way to 99. I had so much fun doing it. I can challenge 99, but what Pearl Abyss has done is introduced a 3-minute timer. You now have to beat the boss in 3 minutes or you automatically lose. So you can no longer challenge yourself and push, and there is a good return for your time investment. The rewards were really nice. But that being said, let's get all that negativity out of the way. I'm a full supporter of the hashtag remove the timer movement. 100%. It'll most likely be incorporated in my title, definitely the description. I really hope Pearl Abyss undoes this timer update, because there's so many more bosses that I want to push to 99. I have so much fun doing it. I love streaming the pushes. All right, let's focus up on the actual video itself, though. I've recorded my push of the actual level 99. Then we're gonna take a look at the reward list and do a grand tally of how many rewards I made from level 61 to 99. And this is really gonna just help push the why it is so unfair that they're shutting down boss pushing when so many people have already pushed to 99, and you get a lot from it as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. My creator code is at the bottom right of the screen, and you can support the channel by entering that code in the support a content creator event slot, which can be found by clicking your present and looking for it on the right side. Really appreciate the support. So let's talk about settings. The settings that I use in the game are just as important as the actual skills I use to try to beat these bosses. I'm actually running on extremely low effects, but I'm going to put the settings back to what everyone usually runs. Graphics on default, we have shine, screen optimization, shake is usually around 70, although I can't show off shake because I won't be in action. Look at how different the world looks. All of a sudden, there's crazy stuff going on. You have light shining in. I can hardly see across. Oh gosh, nope, don't start the boss. I can hardly see across this room as it is, and let's start throwing in some witch spells. Oh yeah. If you don't change your settings, you honestly can't see a single thing. And I would just go suicide to the boss, but this is my first time beating 99. We're recording it, and I'm not that crazy. This speaks for itself. Don't start it. Now let's look at just how much better this looks after we make the adjustments. We're going to go to graphics, drop effects to low. Effects, we're going to turn off. Well, just dropping effects to low already so much clearer. You can actually see across the room. Nobody needs this sunlight shining through the glass in your eyes. Can we fight this boss in the dark at nighttime? The sun? No. Shine, screen optimization, reduce action while auto fighting. Actually, that should make a difference. I like it off anyway. Turn off shake and blur. You don't need your screen shaking and blurring, preventing you from being able to beat these bosses properly. So these are the settings that I use. These ones won't affect it too much. It's really important that you turn the effects to low. And all of a sudden we have this clear, clean, crisp room to fight the boss in. Muskan 99. Here we go. And the other coolest thing about this is I haven't claimed a reward since 61. So once we beat 99, we're going to get to claim rewards 61 through 99 all at once. And that in its own is going to be super hype. All right, max multiplier, because we're on the max level, so why not? Running it 7 times now. All right, so, Muskan. I've learned a few things about Muskan as an Ascended Witch that's really started to make it easier for me. I mean, aside from the fact that we just have so much CC, it's busted. But if you don't lock on to anybody, you can really jet it in a straight line with your... Oh, I'm forgetting the name of the skill now, but it's fine. The other thing is Arcane Bolts is super busted in PvE. It's basically going to carry us on this run, and you're going to see why. It has regular mob, knockback, and push,
And as long as you corral mobs into a straight line, you can completely soul them with arcane bolts. Now, I just stepped on the big purple circle there. I make that mistake every single run. You need to learn your purple circle spawns. I blame that on the purple circle, all right? Plus, I hit my meteor. It's fine. It's just the nerves getting to me. Let's just forget that happened. We're gonna restart. No problem. We retry here. I'll try to make this run I'll try to actually make this run as clean as possible and show you how I really like full-fledged try-hard run these. You start off with Firestorm in an absolute straight line. I shouldn't have been locked on there, and it would have been straighter. And the goal is to get them corralled into one spot for your arcane bolts to really be able to pin them down and make this an absolute joke. And I think I might have it here. I do. There's arcane bolts 1, 2. Now they're literally stuck. So when they're stuck, we're going to hit them with 4 fireballs into a meteor. And then back on the arcane bolts. And the arcane bolts is actually holding them in place now over top of that meteor damage, which is disgusting. Fireball just resets them back at range. And we just keep rotating through arcane bolts, which is this, it's just this absolutely busted PvE skill. It's insane. And there you go. The whole first round done. And we hardly had to move our feet. This time I blinked over the stupid purple circle. I'm going to... Oh, because I blinked over it, it actually disappeared. That's even better. I like to freeze the first guys in front. And it sometimes really helps everybody group up. And here we are, back on arcane bolts. They're locked in place. This wasn't a fast cast meteor, so that was actually a mistake. And that's the only reason Buddy here got to catch up. When in doubt, Firestorm in a straight line, plus a blink, and the distance. So the further away you get from your enemy, the more they run at you in a straight line. If you let them kind of get up really, really close, they start to spread out and kind of like, it's almost like they're smart. Their UI has them spread out so they can come and attack you in a more logical way. Now, let's call them the mid-boss of this, mini-boss of this round, the Violent Cultist Warrior. This is one of the strangest, most frustrating mobs I've ever faced in the game. So after countless hours, because I ran to 61 before Ascension, I pushed this boss to 61, where it was taking me 40 minutes per run. So I got to know this guy really, really well. And aside from most violence in the game seem to resist 3 out of 4 types of CC, but then you can always hit that one CC that they don't resist. You could always hit it on a proper DNR. So this boss, this mini boss here, doesn't actually have a DNR. And if you pay really close attention to what I'm hitting him with, he resisted that ignite. He did not get knocked down from that meteor. Let's watch fireballs. 1, 2, did not get staggered from fireballs. Oh, I actually just died. We're too. I'm trying to do too much at once here. Who said witches weren't buffed enough? Retake. Who said it was gonna be easy? Who said witches weren't buffed? Ugh. They are honestly not OP. No, definitely not. Oh, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna do it full tutorial mode, and I'll get better on what I want to say each time. But this will be it. We didn't die once. Like 91 through 98, it was pretty clean. All right, 91. Let me just. This is called Firestorm, right? I'm not crazy. It is. Yes. All right. Let's start it off. Now, one of the biggest tips here is actually going to be to not target any mobs. And what I want to do is Firestorm plus Blink in a straight line. And the reason for that is we're going to distance ourselves from these mobs as quickly and as far as possible. And that gets them locked in a straight line. Because they have a kind of a neat UI where they actually run at you and they start spreading out when they get close to sort of attack you, to properly attack you. The mobs don't just train right into your face. And, I mean, to be expected. As you can see, because I got them to get in that straight line, I can start to show off how busted the mage skill Arcane Bolts is. It doesn't say this in the description of the skill whatsoever, but it has mob pushback. As you're watching me right now, I'm literally pushing the mobs back with the skill. It's like CCing them, pushing them backwards and grouping them together. So what I just did was rotate the mobs. I got them into a straight line by distancing myself as quickly as possible. That was a firestorm, some blinks, and you do not lock on because, and I'll show you the problem with Witch Firestorm when I lock on with this mini boss here. And then because we got them so far away, they're still in a straight line. They hadn't spread out to ambush you yet. Arcane Bolts. Once you get them locked into Arcane Bolts, it's a complete joke. But I'll show that off on a few more of these mob groups after we beat this mini boss. Now, this mini boss is my least favorite mob in the entire game. Now, normal violence and mini bosses resist approximately like 2 to 3 of the types of CC full out, but then you can hit them with the one that don't resist on a proper DNR. So it's predictable. You can work your way around it. You know how it works. The Violent Cultist Warrior, and you'll see throughout this, as you can see, he did not get knocked down by that tornado there. Interesting. We're gonna go Ignite. Ignite did knock him down. Okay, sure. I'll let him get up. Let's hit him with the Freeze. He did get frozen. Fantastic, actually. So far, he's not proving my point at all. Let's go Ignite this time. Okay, did not get hit by Ignite. He wasn't on DNR for knockdown, I can tell you that. The Freeze did work. He's actually getting CC'd a ton, which is great for me. Great for the run. But not proving my point that I'm trying to explain. Here we go. Definitely not on DNR. We're going to go Ignite. He got knocked down. Anyhow, I'll just pretend that this is... It really... Actually, there. He just double resisted the Freeze. That's kind of what I wanted to show you. He's going to resist the knockdown to this Ignite. And he resisted the knockdown to that Meteor. There's the Freeze. Resisted 2 freezes again. And finally got knocked down by a Tornado. The best way I can explain how I've dissected the way that this mini boss works in my head over the countless hours of running this boss, because I pushed it to 61 pre-ascension and it was taking me 40 minutes a run at that time, which was crazy, is he doesn't resist any CC outright. I almost feel like he has a coded 40% chance to resist any forms of CC, almost like a 40% effective SA that is permanently up. He embraces the RNG. I totally believe that's how this guy is coded. He's got a 40% effective SA, or maybe it's a 50%, who knows? As you can see, resist. There's a Freeze. Here's another Freeze. Right now he's just like, nope, I'm not gonna get hit by nothing. He resisted that. Here's a Freeze again. Again. How about Ignite? Then there, he finally just randomly gets knocked down by Ignite there. He has like a selective SA. It's like, nah, I don't feel like working right now. It's not linked to skills. It's not linked to timing. Sometimes he could be about to attack me. And so there, let's go my double blink here. Get them running in that really long train line. And boom, we got them caught in the Arcane Bolts. Absolutely filthy. Once the Arcane Bolts is up, we go 1, 2, 3, 4 on the Fireballs. Drop the Fast Cast Meteor. And then Arcane Bolts holds the mob group in the lava pool of the Meteor. Absolutely disgusting damage. You can't see the numbers. Trust me, you don't need to. These are 14,000 CP mobs getting shredded. So we're gonna Firestorm. There was the problem. As you can see, because I had a target locked, Firestorm automatically curves you after you get past the mob you're trying to attack. For the sake of showing you how it's supposed to work, let's just do it here. Straight line, and then I use a button on my target lock to let the camera whip around real quick. And I didn't show at the beginning of this, but I'm gonna remind myself to show off my camera settings. I'll do it after I kill these 3 groups here, and then I'll probably edit it to the front of the video, because camera settings are graphic settings are super crazy important for boss rushing. And honestly, I physically could not do it post-ascension after the graphics, especially on an Archmage, got so crazy. There was no way I could do this without editing my graphic settings. And I found some settings that were absolutely beautiful. So I'll just go over those with you as well. I will have gone over if you've gotten to this point in the video, because I'm going to edit it to the front. And here we go. This should be mob group number 2 of 3, or was it 3? That was the last one. All right, cool. So we're ready for the boss now. 99 Muskan. Whew. So the boss fight here. My boss fight has changed dramatically since I discovered Arcane Bolts. The absolute most busted PV... That was a really weird fast spawn. We almost threw it right there. So we keep our eye on Muskan. Because of the low effects, we can actually see the boss across the room. See him coming in, and we're just gonna blink out of that ground smash there. Here he comes. Gonna blink. Oh, I don't think I got him that time, actually. He's a chase, but that's fine. Got the smash. Beautiful. We've distanced myself. I think we have time for a meteor here. Just keep your eye. All you gotta do is constantly keep your eye on Muskan. And you'll learn, after you get through some of these, you'll start to learn what the boss... Oh! Okay, we're really low on blinks right now. I have to be so careful. We're actually gonna need to firestorm our way through a group here. Yes. So the combo here is just to keep everything in a linear line. Keep your eye on the boss the entire time, so you're not letting him hit you. And when you see the boss coming, it's actually ideal to preload a Firestorm and just smash through him. The cool thing about Firestorm is you're able to be targeted the entire time. So unlike when you used to, well, actually, unlike just blinking away, like which often just, as you can see, often it just has Muskan retarget you and sort of come at you a second time. Firestorm, he sees you on the ground around him the entire time, so it really entices him to continue with his attack and get it over with, so you just dodge your way through it no problem. That was the hardest part done, the mobs. So really we just kited everything in a straight line. It's the same concept as the beginning. The only difference is you got to keep your eye on Muskan and dodge him. Now that's going to require you to learn his skill set in order, because what you're seeing is I'm applying my knowledge of every skill he has while fighting the mobs. So there's going to be a lot of deaths before you kind of pick that up. But I'll explain his skill set to you as much as I can right now. So he has three different types of attacks. A medium range attack where he does a few different methods of just punching the ground and trying to hit you that you're going to see here. We were at a medium range when he started his attack. He's going to run up and do a ground pound. This one's very easy to dodge. He's going to come here. Now, sometimes when he walks up and gets into melee range, that's another type of attack. I'm going to start pumping some damage in while I keep explaining. So let's try to show off his extra long range attack. That's going to be this one. It's a hyper fast run and a very quick punch. This is why you never want to kite. A lot of people will continuously try to get themselves as far away from Muskan as possible, but you're actually at risk. It's more dangerous for you to be super far away from Muskan than it is to be at a medium range. At this medium range, which is where I'm going to like to keep him most of the time, he will 9 times out of 10 take 2 steps and do a very predictable, very easy to dodge ground pound like you just saw. 1, 2. Now, if he ever stops at you, that's how you know he's going to start doing his melee skills. So if we stand really close to Muskan, there you go, there's a punch. He does a 1, 2. It becomes a 3 punch after the midway. He was at a medium range when he started thinking there. That's why he just did a normal ground pound. And let's see if we can proc a super fast run. And here it is. Super fast run, and he either hits the ground immediately with that, and he catches you off guard because there's not a lot of delay. Then he has 3 types of attacks that he does from a melee range. There's the 1-2 punch. There's the super ground slam. And then the other one is his fist will start charging, and he'll do a spin. But we'll see that. Here it is. Thank you, Muskan. You showed that off perfectly. So those are all 3 melee range attacks, and he'll only do them starting from a melee range. Then he has the medium ground pound, and then he has the super fast run from a very far distance. So now let's just talk beating him in general. Now that you've kind of seen the kit, what I highly suggest when pushing these bosses is try to find a skill rotation to absolutely maximize your DPS output. And what you're really doing is just trying to fit as many skills as possible in between each time this guy is going to do a ground pound on you. And then a really neat thing that I do is challenge yourself to see how many times you can perfectly rotate that skill rotation. That's what I'm doing right now. You're already seeing me naturally fall into it. I've been doing it so much, and I'm going to start calling the skill rotation out because it's pretty cool. So I got our, actually I'll start it on my Ignite here, Ignite dodge into a fast cast meteor. We're going to go Frost Pillars, Arcane Bolts. Now we're going to hit Frost Nova as we're diving out of the way, but he did a different skill that often will reset the combo, which is fine. Arcane Bolts. And whenever your combo, as an Archmage anyhow, whenever your combo gets reset, just spend a round doing Arcane Bolts and everything will get back to normal. So here's Ignite into Meteor, into Frost Pillar, Arcane Bolts. He's going to start running at me, and I'm going to hit him with Frost Nova on the way. Blink. We're going to do Fireball to reignite him and keep him burning. That was into Frost Pillar. Arcane Bolts. And I forgot to tab over to Ignite. That was supposed to be an Ignite dodge to restart into Ignite Meteor, but we'll do it again here. Every time the combo gets screwed up, I just take a breath. You got to find a way to ground yourself. These runs are long, and I get one shot by almost every skill he has right now. So every mistake runs over. So we're going to rotate. I'm going to go Ignite Meteor, Frost Pillar, Arcane Bolts. Here's the Frost Nova. It's going to jump. I'm going to blink, reignite him with some fireballs. Frost Pillar comes off cooldown so perfectly for me there. Now we got to hit a Frost Nova on his way and then dodge it with the Ignite Meteor. Frost Pillar, Arcane Bolts. Oh, I chickened out on the Frost Nova damage there. It was just a little bit too close, so I dodge canceled it, but that's all right. We're going to go Ignite Meteor, and then sometimes you just leave a skill out of the rotations. It's going to tighten your rotation up a bit, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. The most important thing is that you don't die. And the reason I suggest get a skill set like this, get a rotation that you're doing, and then challenge yourself to have the most consecutive, successful uses of that skill rotation, and you're going to maximize your DPS. The difference in how much damage I do when I'm successfully doing this 6 skill rotation constantly between every one of his attacks is insane. Here's Frost Nova as he's hitting me, and we're already into 10. And then it also makes the time fly. All of a sudden, you're just focusing really hard on perfecting these combos, which in turn will clean up your run. It's going to get so clean and not sloppy. You're not running around trying to heal. You know exactly what skill you're casting at every single time, and the run's going to fly by. So, we hit 10 bars. This is when the boss is going to enrage. So let's start talking about the skills again. He still does the same 3 melee skills, the same mid-range skill that you're seeing him do right now. His AoEs become a little bit bigger on each one. And here, this goes to show you this skill here. It's actually terrifying. It goes twice as far and will one-shot me at the end. I abuse my iframe. We have a little mini iframe in our blinks as a witch. And if he gets you caught in backs you into a corner with that skill, it's game over. You're one shot, you're dead. Here's Ignite into Meteor. You're seeing the mid-range hits. So that was one of his melee skills. There's one new skill actually that you seriously have to look out for, especially as a melee unit. So what you've seen him do when he enraged, where he basically puffs his chest out and goes, "Wah!" And it's almost like he Super Saiyans on the spot. There's a very good chance I will not get to show you the skill because he does it very rarely and you have to be in melee range, which I simply don't do very often as a witch. That skill will one-shot you. And the only way to really recognize it is he kind of stands still and starts doing the motion. I'm gonna blink here into Fireball. Let's see if we can get my combo going. Pillars was on cooldown, so we'll just chill and go for a reset. Here's the Ignite into Meteor. Back into my Frost Pillar. Arcane Bolts. He'll start running at me. We're going to do a Frost Nova Blink. Woo! Woo! My booty. Yeah, rotate into Ignite. Nope. So second he starts doing this. Now, I've been focusing a little too hard on the combo to teach you the proper way to deal with that skill. So I'm going to cool it on the combo for a bit and just kind of go back to pre-Ascension Witch where I constantly would just dodge every single time. Or I would use Lightning Bolt sometimes, but normally it's just a back and forth dodge. Let's see if I can proc the Glowing Fist skill. That's the one that I want to see. Here's the Slam. I really want to show off the absolute best way to deal with that skill. Here it is. Blink through him. So you got to let him charge it up right to the exact moment where he's almost done charging his fists, and you blink straight through him. And that's going to be the best. It's stress-free. He doesn't get to follow you. There's no tracking coming from him. And every time you successfully do that, you just push straight through him. Let him zoom past you. He'll try to do like a little bendy follow thing, but it's never going to be good enough. It's kind of like the same UI that Firestorm uses when you dash past someone with Firestorm and you have them targeted. It tries to do a huge 180 the second you get around them. A U-turn. That's a good word for it. So the only skill I'm probably not going to get to show off here is the Super Saiyan chest bump, but it looks exactly like his enrage he does at 10 bars. So you just got to really keep a lookout for that. Now, you can see that I'm kind of taking it a little easier right now. The further you get, the less experience you have with pushing the boss, the more your nerves will get to you, the stamina, like there's so much in these boss rushes. It's better now that it's not a 45-minute run. You can imagine how ridiculous 40 straight minutes of at risk of being one shot by this boss was. But I've chilled it down in the combo a little bit, and don't be scared to. Slow and steady absolutely wins these races. But let's try to pick it up for these last 2 bars. I'm gonna wait and start my combo off, and let's rifle our way through. So we're gonna go Ignite Meteor, Frost Pillar, Arcane Bolts, Holy Nova as he walks up to me. We're gonna blink the Stomp into an instant Fireball. Frost Pillars is just coming off cooldown. Arcane Bolts in here into the, oh my gosh, I almost screwed it up. Whew, I got a little greedy with my Frost Nova there. That was crazy. We almost got one shot on the last bar of 99, but this is it. Let's go. Ugh! 99 Muskan. That's the first time I've finished it. Successful 99 Muskan. Look at the rewards for running this at a 7-time multiplier. Just straight up. 1.1 million silver, 382,000 experience, and 400 ancient gold coins. That is insane. But this is the part that we've been waiting for. I have tortured myself and not touched. It's been like 2 to 3 days. I've been marathoning this Muskan for 2 to 3 days. Let's check out the rewards. Let's check out the rewards, all right? So currently, I have 1,600 Shikado coins, and that is just natural. That is just natural income from beating that boss repeatedly. Here we go. And we're gonna black. All right, so we looted 9 weapon grandstones already. Now let's see what we get from every single one of these all the way to 99. 9 grand armor stones, 2.2k Shikado coins, 34 golden sculptures, 10 grand weapon, 11 grand armor, 2.5k ancient gold coins, 38 golden sculptures, which by the way is like 200k each. That's like 6 mil straight bare silver. 12 grand armor stones, 3k Shikado coins, 43 golden sculptures, 13, 3.3k, 49, 15, 3.7k, 55, 17, 4k, 62, 19, 4.7, 69, holy smokes, 21, 5.2k Shikado coins, 77, that's 15 mil raw cash right there, 24 grand armor stones, 5.8k ancient gold coins, 86 golden sculptures, 26 grand weapon, 27 grand armor, and 6.5k Shikado coins. Look at the stage rewards for my last few levels. Look at this. Absolutely insane. I gotta take a screenshot of it. I want to center it like this because you can kind of see it. Yeah. Whew. Insane. It's Muskan 99. So just like that, we now have 42k Shikado coins, 165 grand weapon stones, and 168 grand armor stones, and 513 golden sculptures. 513. Whew. 513 statues. 102 raw silver. Oh my gosh. 102 million. Boom. There we go. I'm not so broke no more. Sell my junk while I'm at it. An extra 500k. Who cares? Here's the real RNG is the boxes you loot along the way. Boss Rush Muskan 16. Nothing. We got 18. Come on, show me the Muskan boots, baby. Show me the Muskan boots. 17s. Nada. What do we got here? Oh, XIX. Wait a sec. What? XIX? Is it? This is 9. That's how you got 19. I never realized 19 was XIX. Here's Boss Rush Muskan 20. Boss Rush Muskan 20. Use them all. Use them all. Ugh! Psych. Whew. Crazy. Just so crazy. And there you have it. Muskan level 99. A lot of good tips on just boss pushing in general. States of mind, things to work on, how to keep yourself entertained. 100 mil raw silver just from level 60. 299 on Muskan, and I think it was like 300 grand stones. The rewards are insane. It is so much fun, and I really, really hope hashtag remove the timer goes through. I want to be able to do boss pushes again. I just feel like one of my favorite parts of this game was just completely ripped out from underneath me. I really appreciate all of you who enter my creator code. You can find it in the description down below, and it's on the bottom right hand corner of the screen. You can find the place to enter it if you're on a relatively newly created account by clicking the present and looking on the right side. Support a content creator. Thank you so much. That's going to do it for today. Stay safe out there. Smash that subscribe button and stay classy.